Like the Amazon, Antarctica is one of the least explored places on Earth. But why can't we truly explore beneath its glaciers? Recently, National Geographic made a chilling revelation that shocked the world. What did they actually find? With that in mind, here are 15 of the most mind-boggling things ever discovered frozen in Antarctica's ice. Number 15. Southern Ocean. Currently, it appears that there is a need for a collective return to educational institutions. Recent revelations have indicated that the information we have been taught thus far may not have been entirely accurate. To elaborate, it has come to light that the long-held belief of there being only 7 continents and 4 oceans is erroneous. A renowned institution, National Geographic, has officially acknowledged the presence of a 5th ocean named the Southern Ocean, encompassing Antarctica. Traditionally, there were 4 recognized oceanic regions, namely the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. However, the term Southern Ocean has been used by numerous scientists, sailors, and other experts over time to describe the oceanic expanse surrounding Antarctica. National Geographic, as an authority in the natural sciences, has now designated this body of water as an ocean. Consequently, these recent developments challenge our established understanding of geography. While addressing this matter, it is pertinent to note our personal stance on the subject. We would like to express that we are unequivocally opposed to the idea of returning to school to rectify this particular issue or any other matter that may have become outdated. Number 14. Mummified penguins. To what extent would you be willing to investigate residual animal feces? Based on our assumption, it is highly unlikely that the majority of individuals viewing this video would be inclined to undertake such an endeavor. This lack of interest serves as an indicator that you may not possess expertise in the field of animal studies, as professionals in this domain find excrement particularly intriguing. Allow us to illustrate this point with an example. In 2016, ornithologist Stephen Hemsley, while conducting research on penguin colonies in Antarctica, received information suggesting the presence of guano, which refers to the excrement of birds or bats, on a rocky outcrop near the shoreline. The potential discovery of active colonies in this area piqued Hemsley's curiosity, prompting him to investigate further. Upon arrival at the site, he saw pebbles on the ground, dirty spots from bird feces on the ice, and a lot of dead penguins. These penguins were called Adelie penguins. They make nests with pebbles and raise their babies near the coast of Antarctica. Most of the dead penguins were young chicks that didn't live very long. Some of them still had flesh and feathers, but others were like mummies and almost fossils. Hemsley carefully dug up these remains and took them to his lab to find out how old they were. He was probably sad to find out that the samples of feces he collected were mixed up with these sad dead penguins, but it's important to know that sometimes weird feces can lead to interesting discoveries. Number 13. Ancient rainforest. It is conceivable that one might assume we have already identified all of the rainforests present on Earth, considering our prolonged existence on this planet. However, it is worth noting that human knowledge is far from comprehensive. In February 2017, a group of scientists obtained sediment core samples from the ocean floor in the Amundsen Sea, situated off the coast of West Antarctica. This endeavor yielded an unexpected revelation: the discovery of fossil remnants from a once vibrant, marshy, temperate rainforest that flourished approximately 90 million years ago in Antarctica. The collected sample contained a profusion of fossilized plant pollen and spores originating from ancient forest soil. Additionally, detailed CT scans unveiled an intricate network of fossilized plant roots embedded within the soil. This discovery is amazing because the rainforest was found about 560 miles from the South Pole. This was a time when the climate was surprisingly mild, with an average temperature of about 54 degrees Fahrenheit or 12 degrees Celsius each year. Scientists think that the good conditions in Antarctica 90 million years ago were because of a lot of carbon dioxide in the air and no big ice sheet covering the continent. This evidence shows that plants can grow in Antarctica, even though some people say they can't. Proves that it's possible. People who believe plants can't grow in Antarctica might change their minds. They might say it's not possible anymore, but with climate change happening now, the conditions for plants to grow there could come back again. Number 12. Mount Arabus. It is imperative that we recognize and address the grave and persistent threat of climate change, which demands our utmost concern. However, there is another matter that warrants our attention yet seems to go unnoticed: the presence of an active volcano in Antarctica. The apparent lack of awareness regarding this issue is deeply troubling. Mount Arabus, the second highest active volcano in Antarctica after Mount Sidley, holds significant importance as the 6th highest ultramountain on the continent and the southernmost active volcano on Earth. It has maintained its volcanic activity for over 1 million years and features a long-standing lava lake within its inner summit crater, which has persisted since the 1970s. With a staggering summit elevation of 12,448 feet, Mount Arabus occupies an area alongside other volcanoes, albeit inactive ones, providing some relief from existential concerns. While it is true that Mount Arabus may not be the primary focus of our global concerns, it remains a noteworthy phenomenon that warrants our awareness. Considering the potential ramifications, even a single adverse event could trigger a catastrophic climate scenario in Antarctica. As the region is already grappling with environmental melt, the addition of volcanic activity would exacerbate the situation further. It is crucial to acknowledge and monitor this risk, as the combination of environmental and volcanic challenges is something we cannot afford to overlook. Now it's time for today's topic. During a deep ice expedition in the Weddell Sea, a joint research team working with a documentary unit from National Geographic Society deployed a remotely operated vehicle beneath Antarctica's floating ice shelf. The mission, led by marine biologist Dr. Elena Kovacs and glaciologist Dr. Michael Turner, aimed to map unexplored cavities beneath the ice. Nearly 900 meters below the frozen surface, the ROV lights suddenly revealed a massive shape drifting slowly in the black water. The creature's enormous head and unusual eye placement didn't match any catalogued Antarctic species. Cameras captured only seconds of footage before the vehicle's sensors malfunctioned and communication dropped. When the drone resurfaced hours later, parts of its outer housing were crushed. Researchers never officially identified the animal, and the incident quietly ended further exploration beneath that sector of ice. Number 11. McMurdo Dry Valleys. We have previously discussed the intriguing and unexpected characteristics of Antarctica. However, is it conceivable that certain areas of the continent have absolutely no snow? According to conventional wisdom, this seems highly unlikely. Nevertheless, we are about to acquaint you with a remarkably arid region within Antarctica known as the McMurdo Dry Valleys. Situated in the Victoria Land region, these valleys are predominantly devoid of snow. Remarkably, rainfall has not been observed in the dry valleys for nearly 2 million years. Additionally, the already minimal humidity is further reduced by the presence of surrounding mountains, which impede the movement of ice from nearby glaciers. Covering an approximate area of 1,500 square miles, this region represents one of the most extreme deserts on Earth. The only life forms known to inhabit this area are endolithic bacteria, which find refuge within the relatively moist interiors of rocks shielded from the dry air. This unique ecosystem provides compelling evidence that Antarctica surpasses our preconceived notions. Despite being an icy and frigid part of the world, it also harbors one of the harshest and driest deserts. Few could have anticipated this surprising revelation, except for those who have had the opportunity to read the script like myself. However, for those of you who were unaware, this information likely came as an unexpected revelation. Number 10. Life under ice. As humans, we often ponder the remarkable ability of living organisms to thrive in extraordinarily challenging environments. For example, one might question the possibility of any creature surviving in sub-zero temperatures while being buried beneath several feet of ice. However, recent scientific research published in December 2021 has shed light on the unexpectedly abundant marine life beneath Antarctic ice shelves. Although it has long been recognized that certain life forms flourish in the perpetually dark, cold, and still habitats of ice shelves, researchers have seldom collected specimens from these remote locations until now. In 2018, scientists undertook a groundbreaking expedition near the Nouméa Station 3 in the southeastern Weddell Sea, drilling 2 holes through nearly 0.1 mile of the extreme ice shelf using hot water. Despite the harsh conditions, with temperatures reaching approximately -2.2 degrees Celsius or 35.9 degrees Fahrenheit, the mission achieved success. The subsequent analysis of the gathered specimens revealed a remarkable diversity of marine life within the seabed, even several miles inland. This discovery unequivocally demonstrates that animals can indeed endure and thrive in extremely cold environments. The exact mechanisms and motivations behind the presence of these creatures remain largely unknown. It challenges our preconceived notions and emphasizes that human assumptions about the natural world are often flawed. Number 9. Gamburtsev Mountain Range. Contrary to common assumptions, Antarctica offers far more than a vast expanse of ice and snow. It boasts a noteworthy feature that often goes unnoticed: the Gamburtsev Mountain Range, also known as the Gamburtsev subglacial mountains. This mountainous group is situated in East Antarctica. It holds the distinction of being one of the most secluded regions on our planet. The range derives its name from Grigory A. Gamburtsev, a geophysicist who led the Third Soviet Antarctic expedition in 1958 and was responsible for its discovery. Geologists speculate that these mountains originated roughly 1 billion years ago during the formation of the supercontinent Rodinia, when 2 land masses collided. Spanning approximately 750 miles, the Gamburtsev mountain range reaches a height of around 8,900 feet, although this estimation remains uncertain due to being obscured by over 2,000 feet of ice and snow. The Gamburtsev mountain range showcases remarkable natural beauty, yet surprisingly little is currently known about this captivating terrain. Even experts in the field heavily rely on conjecture and approximations to unravel its mysteries. Consequently, the diverse life forms that may inhabit these mountains remain largely unknown, fueling speculative theories ranging from extraterrestrial beings and mythical creatures like yetis to dragons. However, the truth may forever elude us. Number 8. Ghostly sounds. Life in the Arctic would be devoid of supernatural phenomena, given the absence of human presence and limited opportunities for spectral activities. However, despite this logical perspective, scientists have potentially discovered evidence of intriguing phenomena in the region. Researchers have identified novel auditory signals originating from Antarctica, characterized by their uncanny nature akin to fantastical imaginings. However, contrary to expectations, these sounds are not indicative of extraterrestrial life. Rather, a recent study has unveiled that these peculiar noises are a result of vibrating ice caused by the wind traversing snow dunes. Regrettably, the realm of excitement seems to dissipate upon this scientific explanation. A geophysicist and mathematician have described the auditory experience as akin to the constant melody of a flute resonating across the vast expanse of the ice shelf. Fortunately, this description injects a modicum of delight back into the subject matter. Another scientist likened the sounds to the collective chorus of thousands of cicadas. Although these sounds possess frequencies too low for human perception, they become audible when accelerated by monitoring equipment. Thus, it appears that the Antarctic does not harbor ghostly entities, at least any that have been identified thus far. However, this exploration has allowed us to appreciate the exquisite analogy of the perpetual flute serenade on the icy precipice. Number 7. Ancient meteorites. In films, the depiction of a massive celestial body approaching Earth often induces widespread panic and typically results in catastrophic consequences, potentially leading to the annihilation of humanity. Although this scenario is not entirely implausible, the reality of meteorites is somewhat less dramatic. Meteorites are fragments of space rocks that have fragmented from larger masses and descended to Earth. During their descent through the atmosphere, they may appear as fleeting streaks of light known as shooting stars. Surprisingly, an estimated number of up to 84,000 meteorites larger than a marble fall to Earth annually, yet the majority remain undiscovered due to various challenges in their detection. These objects can be concealed among vegetation, mixed with terrestrial rocks, submerged in deep bodies of water, or even situated in other obscure locations. Antarctica's empty space helps us find meteorites easily, like black on white. Scientists have been exploring Antarctica for many years to find these special rocks. By the time a meteorite reaches Antarctica, it has traveled millions of miles through space. Then scientists carefully study and analyze it to learn about Earth's beginnings and the possibility of life beyond our planet. They display the meteorites in museums or let other researchers study them. The real story of a meteorite is much more fascinating than what we see in movies. Hollywood sometimes makes them seem more exciting than they really are, but their true importance is incredible. Number 6. Jade icebergs. Green icebergs are a remarkably uncommon phenomenon, to the extent that some individuals doubted their existence for an extended period. Nevertheless, they exist, and encountering one is a remarkable experience. The distinctiveness of their green color is not a mere hint of green amidst an otherwise typical iceberg. Rather, it is a vibrant and conspicuous shade of green. For quite some time, there has been speculation regarding the origins and causes behind the green hue of these icebergs. Explorers and sailors who first reported seeing them often described the sight as almost surreal. Imagine towering walls of ice drifting silently through polar waters, glowing with an eerie emerald color beneath the sunlight. Some early witnesses even believed the unusual color might have been caused by strange minerals or unknown algae trapped deep inside the ice. Others thought the phenomenon could be an optical illusion created by the way light travels through dense ice layers. Photographs of these green giants later began circulating among scientists, sparking renewed interest in understanding their formation. The rarity of these icebergs made every documented sighting valuable to researchers studying polar environments. The prevailing and widely debated theory suggests a straightforward explanation: marine ice. Marine ice refers to seawater that is frozen beneath an ice shelf, as opposed to sea ice that forms on the surface of the sea. While this concept may initially seem complex, the term marine ice is employed to simplify its description. Historically, the green coloration was attributed to a high concentration of organic matter in the frozen seawater, a more technical term for phytoplankton trapped within the ice. However, a team of scientists has recently emerged to substantiate what many of us believed all along. Green icebergs are in fact the result of frozen seawater, specifically seawater froze into the underside of an ice shelf. This elucidates the process behind the formation of these jade-colored icebergs, which now appears considerably more straightforward in retrospect. Number 5. Ice fish colony. Antarctica is often regarded as one of the most harsh and unforgiving climates on Earth. While this perception holds true, it does not imply the absence of animal life in the region. In 2022, a group of researchers made a significant discovery in Antarctica's southern Weddell Sea, a breeding colony of nototheniioid ice fish. This colony surpassed any previously recorded ice fish colonies in terms of size, covering a vast area. The researchers estimated the presence of over 60 million active nests, weighing approximately 135 million pounds in total biomass. At first, the scientists could hardly believe what they were seeing on the monitors. As the camera system glided across the seafloor, nest after nest began appearing in the footage, stretching far beyond the range of the lights. Each nest contained a guarding adult ice fish hovering protectively above clusters of eggs. The scale of the colony suggested that the entire region served as a massive underwater nursery. Researchers realized they were witnessing one of the largest fish breeding grounds ever recorded anywhere in the world. The discovery immediately sparked excitement among marine biologists eager to understand how such a vast ecosystem could thrive in such extreme cold. The ice fish nests were found during a survey of the Filchner ice shelf, conducted by towing a large device behind the RV polar stern at speeds ranging from 0.6 to 2.4 miles per hour. This device captured videos and acoustic bathymetry data, providing the researchers with comprehensive information. These findings highlight the existence of life even in the most inhospitable and challenging environments on our planet. However, conducting such research requires sophisticated and costly equipment to obtain acoustic bathymetry data, which plays a crucial role in understanding these animals. Such equipment cannot be easily acquired from retail stores like Radio Shack. Number 4. Lake Vostok. Understanding the harshness of life in colder regions requires no specialized knowledge of temperature dynamics. Upon reflection, one realizes the extreme difficulties that accompany existence in such areas. Contrary to popular perception, these regions are not solely characterized by snow and ice. They also harbor lakes. However, these lakes remain concealed beneath the vast layers of snow and ice. One notable example is Lake Vostok, situated at the southern pole of Antarctica beneath Russia's Vostok station. Scientists believe Lake Vostok has been sealed off from the outside world for millions of years beneath the Antarctic ice sheet. Because of this isolation, researchers suspect that the lake may contain completely unique forms of microbial life that have evolved separately from the rest of Earth's ecosystems. Drilling through the ice to reach the lake has been an extremely delicate scientific challenge. Teams must prevent contamination so that any potential life forms inside the lake remain undisturbed. When ice cores from above the lake were studied, scientists discovered traces of ancient bacteria that may have originated from the hidden water below. These findings have sparked huge interest among astrobiologists, who believe Lake Vostok could provide clues about life on icy moons such as Europa or Enceladus. This lake is the largest among nearly 400 known subglacial lakes in Antarctica. Comparable to Lake Ontario, these lakes lie beneath the central East Antarctic ice sheet, approximately 11,444 feet above mean sea level. Consequently, Lake Vostok rests at a remarkable depth of 1,600 feet below sea level and a staggering 13,100 feet beneath the encompassing ice sheet. Thus, it stands as one of the lowest altitude lakes globally, making it inherently one of the coldest. Consequently, it is strongly advised against engaging in activities such as swimming in Lake Vostok. This serves as a reminder to prioritize the preservation of one's health and well-being. In our experience, the most effective approach to achieving this is simply to avoid ice-cold lakes buried under several feet of ice. By adhering to this advice, one can ensure the resolution of any potential problem. Number 3. Antarctica UFO. We often discuss the remarkable capabilities of Google Earth, a simple yet powerful tool that enables us to explore vast portions of the world from a perspective that would be perilous if attempted in reality. Recently, an intriguing discovery was made on Google Earth which has startled the global community. Certain UFO enthusiasts claim to have identified a crashed unidentified flying object through images captured over Antarctica by Google Earth. According to these alien hunters, the unidentified object appears to be the wreckage of an extraterrestrial spacecraft that met with an unfortunate accident on the icy continent. This alleged sighting occurred on a remote South Georgia island, inhabited by a population of fewer than 40 individuals. The captivating video of the purported crash site swiftly gained international attention, drawing the interest of online UFO enthusiasts diligently examining the footage. Many viewers began sharing their own theories. While some firmly believed that the image represented a genuine crashed UFO, others countered this notion, asserting that it was merely a rock carried by the glacier. Ultimately, the interpretation of this discovery rests on individual beliefs and inclinations. Those inclined to embrace the existence of extraterrestrial life may find it worthwhile to scrutinize the mysterious rock on South Georgia Island. Alternatively, those who prioritize scientific understanding may opt to explore other avenues of knowledge, such as delving into relevant literature. To them, the object in question is simply a rock devoid of extraterrestrial significance. Number 2. 71-million-year-old fossils. The notion of embarking on an arduous journey to Antarctica to partake in a freezing cold expedition does not appear enjoyable. Surprisingly, however, numerous individuals are captivated by this endeavor to such an extent that they persist in undertaking it until remarkable discoveries are made. In 2016, a team of international scientists embarked on an Antarctic expedition and stumbled upon an abundance of fossils and dinosaur remains concealed within the snow. These remarkable findings are estimated to be approximately 71 million years old, with some dating back to the final stages of the dinosaur era. Reaching the discovery site required the team to travel across vast frozen plains using specialized vehicles and equipment designed for extreme cold. Blizzards and unpredictable weather conditions frequently threatened to halt their progress, forcing the scientists to carefully plan every movement. Once they arrived, the team began slowly excavating the icy ground, brushing away layers of snow and sediment in search of hidden remains. As fragments of ancient bones started appearing beneath the ice, excitement quickly spread throughout the camp. Each newly uncovered fossil offered another glimpse into a prehistoric ecosystem that once existed in a place now covered by ice. Of particular intrigue, the fossils unearthed predominantly belong to marine creatures, including early ducks from the late Cretaceous period. It is truly an impressive discovery, considering the daunting expanse of snow and ice that encompasses the region. Undoubtedly, reaching the expedition site posed significant challenges, making the team's success all the more rewarding. One can only imagine the disappointment they would have faced had they encountered nothing more than a collection of discarded, soiled diapers. Thankfully, their diligent efforts yielded substantial findings that have enriched the realm of scientific knowledge. Kudos to the scientific community for this commendable achievement. Number 1. Frozen civilization found under the ice of Antarctica. In 1946, Admiral Richard Byrd led an important mission to Antarctica called Operation High Jump. He gathered a big group of people and equipment for this 4-month expedition. The goal was to achieve military objectives and find places for military bases. However, something unexpected happened during the mission. According to a secret diary, he discovered something incredible. The expedition itself was one of the largest Antarctic operations ever attempted at the time. It involved thousands of personnel, ships, aircraft, and scientific equipment sent deep into the frozen continent. The harsh Antarctic conditions made every part of the mission extremely challenging. Blizzards, freezing temperatures, and endless fields of ice created an environment that tested even the most experienced explorers. Despite these dangers, Byrd and his team continued flying reconnaissance missions over unexplored regions of Antarctica. During one of these flights, Byrd reportedly noticed unusual readings on his navigation instruments that suggested something strange ahead. He heard rumors of a passage to the Earth's core through the South Pole. He flew his plane there and saw amazing things. The cold, icy land turned into a warm, green place. He even saw a city made of crystal that shone with different colors. While flying, his plane was controlled by a strange force, and he saw flying objects shaped like discs. They guided him to the ground, where he met a being called the Master. The Master was disappointed in how humans used nuclear weapons and caused destruction. The beings living inside the Earth were worried about our planet's future. This story is important to people who study UFOs because it connects with other sightings and events involving UFOs and nuclear weapons. If Byrd's diary is real, it suggests that advanced beings live inside the Earth and watch what happens on the surface. After this incredible encounter, he wanted to tell people, but he was ordered to keep it a secret. His accounts were classified and confidential. This story makes us think about the connection between ancient stories of beings inside the Earth and the modern UFO phenomenon. Some people believe that we may soon meet these mysterious inner Earth beings. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.